This is the Raucous Podcast. I'm Damon,
I'm Dakota.
and we're going over our Royal Rumble predictions for this Saturday.
Damn right
So,
we are.
how do we want to do this? How do we want to get into it?
I mean, are you excited for the Royal Rumble?
I am excited for the Royal Rumble. I think that this year has been the best build to the Royal Rumble that I can remember.
I would have to agree. Maybe besides last year.
Yeah, maybe.
It's one of the two.
But like we were talking about this too. Like to me, this is one of the absolute crowning achievements of the Triple H era. Like one of the absolute best things that he's done is make the Royal Rumble something that actually matters and is not just a obvious stepping stone. Even if we pretty much could conclude that Cody was going to win last year because he was going to face Roman and beat him at WrestleMania, you still had many believable.
They were still building others up.
Yes, you have other possibilities.
Usually
versus
one person is getting built.
Versus it's just like, okay, well, this is what we're spending all our time on, so it's obviously going to go this way. This year, there's like 8 different people that have a compelling case for themselves.
Almost everybody that's been announced for it has a case.
Yeah.
To win.
So, very excited for it. In terms of the other matches on the card, also very excited for the tag match. We have jokingly talked about this. When DIY first switched heel, I said 3-year feud. They go for 3 years.
Yep.
So that's gonna be great.
I'm sure they could do it.
That's vintage Triple H booking right there.
What is?
Just this match. DIY.
This is very takeover, I will say.
It is very takeover.
Let's just hope it ends up that way. The actual product. We'll see.
You think they're gonna fuck the finish or something?
No. Just not give enough time. I don't know.
If they're starting at 5, I think it'll get enough time.
It's still gonna be the same length that it normally is, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
You never know.
Cody Kevin, I'm also very excited for. There's just a lot riding on that for me that I feel passionately about. I want that Winged Eagle title.
I want a mix of the two. That's what I think.
I could maybe live with that. But if we're talking the current title that Cody carries around and the one that Kevin carries around, I want that Winged Eagle title.
If I had to choose, I would have to agree.
It's far more beautiful than that other one.
How far? Not even close.
So, yeah, that also exciting. Also exciting that it's a ladder match. I'm afraid of what Kevin Owens may do.
I know damn well what he's going to do.
And then the men's and women's Rumble matches themselves. I have no idea. I have no clue. But I wouldn't want it any other way.
I agree.
So, very excited overall for the event. It'll be
interesting.
It'll be something. That's for sure.
The Royal Rumble is.
I'm sure that we're in store for many, many surprises.
Hopefully, the past 2 Triple H Royal Rumbles have not been.
That's true.
Not been very surprise heavy. So maybe this year they'll go all out.
Hopefully. They want to make it bigger.
They do.
Then they should go with some surprises.
Surprise is best for business.
Agreed.
It's best for business.
So, I guess we can get into the predictions, unless you have anything else to go over about WWE as a whole right now that we won't go over in the predictions, or anything specific to the event.
No. Just get right into it. Fuck it.
Okay. Then we can talk about No, you can.
Oh,
Yeah, no. What are we starting with?
DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Who do you got?
I think the DIY is going to win this. I think that since they turned heel, how many matches have they had? Like since they turned heel and won, yeah, like it's not very many.
Yeah,
We're seeing them backstage with Pretty Deadly all the time, and like fucking
they've had
around.
like maybe 2 matches.
Yeah, I just don't think that has even really started yet. So I don't see them losing this. Yeah, I think I got DIY.
I also have DIY. I would only assume that DIY and Profits is gonna be what happens at Mania. I would imagine they took them out, took their spot, won the titles.
Yeah,
they're gonna come back and then probably win the titles. So they deserve it. The Profits deserve it. So and DIY, they just know what to do in a 2 out of 3 falls match. They have perfected it. Specifically, Johnny Gargano has perfected the 2 out of 3 falls match. I'm very excited to watch this match.
It will be very good.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you think there's any interference? Any run-ins?
I mean, there always could be. There have been a lot of other people involved in this.
The tag division's just been feuding with itself.
Right.
Everybody's kind of feuding with each other.
It's a big cluster. It's a big mess. But I
feel like it should.
I could maybe see.
At most, I think Pretty Deadly might cost DIY or help them retain. One of the two.
Yeah, I think it would be more likely they help them retain. But with a stipulation like that, I don't want it to be messy.
I agree.
I would rather they just have the match with that stipulation. Otherwise, you're wasting it. Don't waste a 2 out of 3 falls.
This is also
with a bunch of interference.
This is the first time the tag titles have been defended since WrestleMania. Let that sink in. That's
on a
silly.
PLE.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Specified. Yeah. Imagine if they went nearly a year.
Like, how did they get the
titles at all? No. Yeah. It should be very. Hopefully, I feel like I'm back in 2017 prime NXT Black and Gold. That's what I want from this match because I know both teams can do it.
Yeah.
Motor City Machine Guns, probably one of the greatest tag teams ever, and then DIY.
For the first month and a half that
they're still very good.
First month and a half that they were in the WWE, I was like, this ain't real. This is not happening.
It did feel wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything with that match. What do you want to go to next?
Cody KO.
Okay, now
I'll start this one.
Okay.
You start the last one.
Yeah.
See, I want my heart wants Kevin Owens to win. Because Kevin Owens is my boy, you know that.
Yeah.
But my brain knows Cody's winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think he will do it clean.
I don't think he will either.
I think
Rhodes used the chair.
I'll just mention it. One of our prop bets is will Randy cost KO or help Randy?
One of our second bets.
Yeah. And we both think that he will. Correct?
Yeah. I could see it. Again, I kind of wouldn't want them to do that, but I think it would make perfect sense if they do that. It would continue. It's sort of, to me, it's kind of the natural progression of the story, because otherwise, Cody beats him, then what does that do for the path that Kevin's been on? It just kind of, Kevin would have to kind of just go away for a while, versus if you have Randy come in and cost him, then I fear for what Kevin will do. But
might try to package pile drive him again.
Yeah.
And then Randy will just be gone forever.
Right. So but then you can set that up with those two. and then that clears the way for Cody to work with someone else.
Yeah,
at
I
WrestleMania.
don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, because for a long time we kind of might have thought that it would be Randy and Cody at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But if they go that route where we both think that Cody's winning this match, but if they go the route where Randy does cost Kevin, then it makes you wonder. I mean, they could do it, but it makes you wonder how they get to Randy versus Cody. Randy would have to go. He would have to then be in and win the Royal Rumble, or he would have to win the Elimination Chamber in order to get that opportunity.
I wouldn't say no to either. So,
but how are you going to have him wrap up the story with Kevin and do that in time for WrestleMania?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think you can. So I think it's more likely that Randy interferes and costs Kevin than we get to see Cody Randy at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think Cody's path is clear for Mania after that Raw this past week.
Yeah,
but they've also that is a very Triple H thing to do, to set it up, but not do it
and
until
here's the
2
thing.
years from now.
Tomorrow there's another show. You know, things can. How many times have things been looking one way and then completely
that is true.
The dynamic changes.
Randy could return tomorrow and just stare at the title for an hour.
That's true.
That could be what happens tomorrow.
Right. So,
speaking of interference, where's Sammy playing all this? Because I feel like he's going to show up.
I don't think he's.
I have a theory.
I don't think he wants to go with Kevin.
I have an Austin theory.
But maybe.
For you.
What's your theory?
My theory is not last year, 2023's Royal Rumble, where Sammy turned on Roman. He would not hit Kevin Owens in the back with the chair. And I think this year he's going to. And then Kevin is going to cost Sammy in the Royal Rumble. I think he's going to come in and throw his ass over. That's what I think is going to happen. That's my game theory right there. Thoughts?
You think Sammy's going to come out and
Sammy's going to come out in the middle of KO and Kevin. Cody and Kevin. And cost Kevin.
So Randy's not.
But I think Randy still could do it. I think it's either of them.
I don't think Sammy would come out and cost him.
I think he's gonna play some part in the match. I just feel like they've put them in it. Or maybe KO would cost Sammy because he didn't help him beat Cody. Maybe that's
maybe Randy comes in and costs him.
Randy cost KO, and KO is
KO
like,
takes it out on
for
Sammy. Yeah, I could see.
Yeah,
that.
That's more likely. I agree with that.
I could see that.
It's a lot more likely. Either way, match is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Cody better be bleeding. He better be bleeding.
I'm about tired of him.
This feud has deserved blood. It deserves blood. Both.
Yeah, if he's gonna do what he's been doing, where Cody just every week all he does is.
Maybe Cody hits another package pile driver.
No, they can't do that.
You can do that. I don't see no harm in it. Although they've super protected that fucking move. That move kills people, according to the WWE.
Well, it's apparently a lot worse for Randy Orton than it is for Cody.
He does have spinal issues, to be fair. He has actual issues. Cody's fine, but when Cody came back after a month. Was it even a month?
I think it was like 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks.
And Randy's been out for like 2 months, 3 months?
Yep.
Something like that.
Since, it's been a long time.
It was before War Games?
But he didn't package pile drive Randy.
He just hit him with a normal pile driver, a shit ass one.
Yep.
It's been out ever since.
He probably couldn't package pile drive Randy safely.
Randy is a big boy.
Yeah.
Anyways, we both have Cody.
Yeah.
Anything else for that match? What do you think?
I don't think so. It'll be interesting to see about the funny business.
Funny business.
Yeah.
Well, Women's Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
It's the next one up. Gotta save the big cojones for
The
last.
women's rumble, I don't know. I mean, my prediction that I went with is Io
Okay.
because I just there are other choices that I think maybe are more obvious choices, but I think they would be more they're either things that would be too sudden or they're things that are people that are wrapped up in other things long term,
Like who?
like Bianca.
Okay.
Like I feel like
Yeah, I
she's involved in other things. So
Mm-hmm.
if she goes and wins the Royal Rumble, that kind of
I think she would only win if Jade came in and attacked Naomi, and it was those two that feuded. And then Bianca
Right.
won.
Yeah.
But I still don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah. So like I see Bianca going far in this match
Yeah.
just because I think that she's
Bianca Belair.
You're right. That's just the role that she plays. Like she's very
Dominant.
right. So I see her making a big impact in it, but I don't think at the end she will be the one left. And then you look at someone like Nia, who's another dominant force. I just don't see them giving her that same push again. I think she could be very dominant in the match, and that's the role that she plays, but I don't see her getting that win. And then you look at someone like Charlotte. I'm going through my final four people. Someone like Charlotte who's coming back, it's a big return. That's huge, but I don't think you give her a couple vignettes and then bring her in and then she wins the Royal Rumble. I don't think that's the first thing. You could do that, but I just don't see Triple H doing that. So
I also have speculation as to why Charlotte was even announced in the first place. But
what's your
we'll
speculation?
get into that in a second after you finish what you're saying.
Yeah, I think I see it coming down to Io, Charlotte, Nia, and Bianca, and from that, Io pulls out the win, sort of the underdog of the bunch.
Let her throw out Nia.
Yeah, the underdog of the bunch gets the win. Huge pop for the underdog. That's what I see. That's what I landed on for the women's rumble.
Well, you'd be glad to know I also have Io. You already knew I had Io.
I did know that.
They don't know that.
Yeah.
I also have Io. I don't have anything to go off of other than the fact that Io was my favorite in the company at the moment.
We quite literally, especially with the women's rumble, we don't know.
I also feel like Bianca, Naomi, Bailey, Charlotte, they've had more. I'm winning the Royal Rumble. Io just, she add that side eye to Bailey.
Right. She's waiting in the wings.
That's about all she's done.
That's what I'm saying. Like she's lurking.
Yeah. We had this theory that, or speculation that they were showing, like, for the men's, like Punk and all them, but somebody else could win it that they haven't been hyping up as much. I think they're going to do that for this match, not that one.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. Because there hasn't been necessarily, like, there have been some people that have said, I'm going to win it. But that's different than Jey Uso going on Raw and saying, I lost, but I can beat him. And I'm going to prove it at the Royal Rumble. When I win, then I go to WrestleMania. Like, that's a more story that's already, we've gotten some of those chapters. And there are those pieces on the men's side. The women's side, it's kind of just I'm throwing my hat in the ring and I'm going to win.
Hopefully next year he builds the women's Royal Rumble a lot better, because he hasn't been doing a great job at it comparatively to the men.
Yeah.
But hopefully he gets better with that. Who's your Iron Woman for the match?
This was a total crapshoot to me. I just guessed.
Actually, no. Before we do that, surprise entrance. How about that? Do that first, so I can get to what I was going to say a second ago. And one of your surprise, not to spoil it for them, but one of your surprise is your Iron Woman. So,
No,
I think
no,
maybe not. Never mind. Forget it. Forget everything I said. Just
I mean,
say it.
Nikki Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Asuka, if you count it as a surprise.
It's a surprise. It counts.
Alexa Bliss returns.
Yep.
Trish Stratus, just because she seems to come around for these things.
Yep.
Jordan Grace. And
See, I thought that was your Iron Woman. That's why I said it.
And AJ Lee's coming.
Yeah.
I want to believe it, so I predicted it.
I agree. I also have her as one of mine. So.
Yeah. Who are yours?
Who's your Iron Woman then?
Do you have all the same ones?
Forget that. The surprise entrance?
Yeah.
Let me look again because I don't fucking remember. I got Nikki Bella.
Yep.
Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay.
Masha Slamovich, the TNA Knockouts champion. And then, did I say Nikki Bella?
Yeah.
And then AJ Lee, obviously.
Let's light it up.
Yeah, I think AJ Lee is going to be number 30. That is who my number 30 is. I think it makes sense. She doesn't have to do much of the match. She can just come out at the end. Number 30 should be the big surprise anyways. That's what
I'm changing my number 30 to AJ Lee.
What was your number 30?
Though.
What was your number 30?
I said Nikki.
Nikki. I also had Nikki before. So that's not.
I think that it's so much. I don't think it will be Nikki. I think that's a letdown if it's Nikki.
Yeah.
Like it's
offense to her.
It's exciting, but it's not what the people want. Yeah. The people want AJ Lee. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, recently they've been putting the big surprise at like 25.
Yeah, because you expected it 30.
That's true. That's true. That is a fair point.
I don't know, but yeah,
I think there can be many. Honestly, many. For the women's rumble specifically, there could be a whole shit ton of surprise entrants.
Yeah.
There's like 10 I had written down that I changed.
Yeah. Iron Woman. I just landed on, because I know Charlotte's coming back, I just expect her to be showcased in a big way. Mm-hmm. Especially if I don't think she's going to win.
Yeah.
So I have her coming in at 1. And then she's my Iron Woman because I have her making it to the end. I don't have her winning, but I have her making it to the end. So that's how I landed on that with her.
Who's my Iron Woman? Oh, my Iron Woman is Naomi. I think her and Jordan Grace are going to start the match, and she'll get thrown out around like 6th to last. So whatever that is. She'll last like an hour.
Yeah. And see, I have Charlotte and Jordan starting.
I like yours a little bit more, but I just want to see those two run it back.
And then Jordan throws Charlotte out immediately.
Jordan Grace goes a full Brock Lesnar run, just throws everybody out. Nobody's able to get in. Even Charlotte Flair. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Alrighty. Who's your who's eliminating the most amount of women in this match?
I went with Jordan Grace. But if I have her starting for, I don't know. I feel like most eliminations is sort of best for if you're not starting and you can wait until there's like 12 people in the ring. Yeah. And then you can come out and just start clearing house.
That's what I was kind of thinking with mine.
But I already have Jordan written down, so I'm going with Jordan.
I think Nia will come around at like 17 and throw at like 7 people or some shit.
I can see it.
Which is why I have Nia Jax, obviously, as my most limbs. She's booked dominantly under Triple H. I'm sure that will continue.
Yeah.
I have no reason to believe that won't happen. So I have Nia.
Yeah. She's so much better now.
Oh, light years.
She's so much better.
She was unbearable.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yep.
3, whatever. Before she got released.
Yeah.
Ever since she came back, she's redefined herself.
She has.
She's not terrible.
I like her.
She's not killing people in the ring.
I think that since she's lost the belt, she's maybe just dipped down a little bit.
That happens to everybody.
But it does, yeah.
It happens to everybody.
But I still enjoy watching her. So, Should we get into the men's?
So who is your final women again? Final four?
Oh, final four I have Io,
Uh-huh.
Charlotte, Nia, and I do have Bianca coming in maybe at like 18 or something, 19 or whatever, and making it to the end. Maybe 18's too long, actually. Too far down, but yeah.
I got Io, obviously. I got Charlotte Flair. I forgot immediately. I have Liv, because I think she'll have a good run in there. And then she's 30, so I feel like AJ Lee should be in the last four. That's just what I think. You know, that's what I want. That's what my heart wants.
I also
if they tease Io and AJ, I might crumble into a million pieces. Because that's my number 1 and 2. So that'll be a rough one, but I'll still be rooting for Io.
Yeah. You have anything else for the women's?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I will say the women's, regardless of how the build always is with the women's Royal Rumble, it always seems to be better than the men's. So we'll see if that continues. Because
yeah,
we'll just find out.
We will find out.
Saturday, 5 p.m.
Saturday
Central.
night's main event.
Not quite. Close enough. Though.
Jesse should be at the Rumble. Surprise entrance.
Gets his old ass thrown out immediately by
CM
Braun
Punk.
Breaker.
No, CM Punk.
Braun
because...
Breaker?
Oh, no, yeah. Punk went after Hogan. What am I talking about? It would be Braun Breaker. You're right.
Say Jesse and Punk would team up together and throw
They would. And I would be there for it.
Of course.
I would be on cloud 9.
Anybody that hates Hogan is a friend of mine. Anyways, the
men's Rumble.
The big.
I have no idea, but in a completely different sense than the women's Rumble. Because the women's Rumble, we really just don't have anything to go off of.
True.
This, we have a bunch of shit to go off of.
Correct.
That makes it so you just don't.
A lot of build for this match.
No. Because not only have all of the things that they've built with the individual people, Cena cutting that promo saying he's going to win, Punk saying he's going to win multiple times, Jay going out and telling his story about
how he
needing to overcome Gunther. Yes, and how much, in the way that they've set that up in a way that would, it like that's a compelling path for that character to take. You know what I'm saying? But you still have the aspect of this favor that has been floating around with Punk since Survivor Series that has been perplexing because all of us as fans are like, what the fuck is this favor going to possibly be?
Survivor Series feels like that should happen 6 months ago.
It does.
I was a millennium ago at this rate, at this point.
Yeah. But so when you ask who I think is going to win, I don't know, but I have to because of time and this favor, I have to, and that it's the biggest story you could tell with CM Punk, who's one of your biggest stars. I have to just say CM Punk because this is his whole thing. This main event, he has the favor that I'm pretty sure has alluded to cashing in at the Royal Rumble. I'm pretty sure he said like, I'm coming to the Royal Rumble and I'm cashing in favors and whatnot. So I just have to guess Punk, but it is truly a guess. I have no idea. You can have, like we've said, 8 different people win this match.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I land on Punk.
I also landed on Punk. See, I think the more likely scenario is his favor is being number 30, which is what you have, isn't it?
Yeah, I do have him at 30, and I do think that's the favor because I just think that any other, I mean, you can finish your thought.
I feel like my only issue with that is it's a little boring for how much
it kind of is. Yeah,
which is why a part of me thinks, I don't know, Punk would have to turn heel for this to happen, but he would have to have Paul Heyman get Jacob Fatu or somebody to throw Roman out. So Punk
Oh,
can
so
win.
you're saying Roman doesn't necessarily agree to it, but Heyman's dealing behind his back. See that
in this scenario, it would be Punk and Heyman aligning together and turning heel.
Yeah, that I could see.
That's the big holy shit moment that they
because the reason why I said that the favor is Punk at 30, even though it is a little boring, is because it's difficult for me to see if Heyman wants to be loyal to his wise man, to his tribal chief.
There you go.
If Heyman wants to be loyal to his tribal chief, it's hard for me to see that Roman would agree, that he would be openly communicating these things to Roman, and that Roman would agree, yeah, I'll step over the top rope for him. Because that would also be anticlimactic for a finish. Nobody wants to.
That would make Roman look like a bitch. Right. You cannot do
so that. They would never do that. I could see that. I would prefer that's what the favor is.
And turning?
Yeah.
I agree.
Would be fucking badass.
That's what I've been saying.
If you get Heyman and Punk, and then Punk's giving him one of these again, just like he did at War Games, except now it's...
And then damn well Paul is going to
be... Yeah.
Smiling his happy ass.
Mm-hmm. But he'll also probably be like scared
too, because he knows Roman will probably try to kick his ass.
But the thing is, does Jacob Fatu listen to Heyman?
He could.
You know who he would need to do it?
It doesn't even have to be Fatu. That's just
Beast.
No, please, no.
Yeah.
Keep him out of the company, please. He doesn't need to be there.
He doesn't need to.
I don't want him either. He could do it, but I don't want him to do it. That's all I'm saying. I don't need Brock Lesnar. He's had a good career.
But he's going to be there for 2 seconds. He's going to throw Roman. He's just going to come down, throw Roman over the top, and then leave.
And never show up again.
No, he'll fight Roman.
Exactly. You can't. Speaking of things I do not want to see. That's like the Eagles versus the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't need it.
Seen that shit 25 times.
It's only been twice for that, right? Have they only fought twice in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's still unbearable, but yeah. Punk's winning.
I think
he's going to challenge Cody.
Yeah.
Or
I would rather him challenge Cody than Gunther.
Or Roman could win the Rumble, and then his favor is Punk gets inserted into the match. Then it's a triple threat. I know you will hate that, but I will be fine with that.
I don't know if I would that. I just don't know how Paul Heyman can control that. Is my thing. Like, I could see him saying, Roman, we got to let this guy in the match, but it's not Roman's decision who's in the match.
Correct.
It's not Paul Heyman's decision who's in the match. That's where I don't see how that would really work. Unless he was begging.
He can do backstage politicking.
He could,
Paul
but
Heyman.
I think that the most interesting and the most shocking thing they could do is
to turn him.
Right at the end.
That's my.
But then I don't know. I don't think that Fatu would do that for Heyman.
I don't even necessarily. That was just a placeholder.
Actually, no. They would.
I could see Braun Breaker doing it, actually.
But also in that event, it's less about I like you, Paul Heyman. It's more about fuck you, Roman Reigns. Because you killed Solo, and I love Solo.
Fuck it, Fatu Roman Mania.
That's what it would be.
His first Mania, give him Roman. It's a big match.
That's what the favor should be. It should be Fatu throws over Roman.
I don't even need Fatu. I just need somebody to throw him over.
Turning Punk and Heyman. If you think about it, Punk, the last few weeks, I know like he's a babyface, but he's Punk.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a face. He's not a heel. I think he's been telling us that with his promos.
Yeah,
he's not like he's a different thing. So I think if they do that, it would be very effective. And it's fucking CM Punk and Paul Heyman. Those two could get themselves out of any bind they could possibly
picture the watermark on the bottom with at the top of the ramp, Punk's doing this, and then Paul's just
Yeah.
that's your ending shot.
I will fucking
That will be the best ending to a Royal Rumble probably ever.
I will erupt.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna get evicted from this.
I
bitch.
will. Happy days will have fucking arrived.
That might even happen earlier if AJ comes out. You might still get evicted. Homie's gonna be skipping through the floor.
If we have Punk and Heyman turn and team up, and AJ is a heel and is back,
You were mentioning getting more running and stuff. What you do is, if she comes, you start skipping outside every day.
I will.
A mile a day.
Up and down these halls, around the blocks. I would. See, now I'm going to be disappointed if it's anything else. But the thing is, I don't know what else it could really be. I do think that coming in at 30 is boring.
I never mentioned it earlier. I think the reason Charlotte got revealed is because AJ is the big surprise. It's either her or Becky, but Becky's not as big a surprise, I feel. Yeah. I feel like that's a guarantee that she's going to be there. And if you don't say that, then...
Becky?
Yes.
We didn't even have that as a surprise entrance.
Yeah, she was more like the Asuka. She feels a little too obvious.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay, well, speaking of surprise entrance for the men.
Yeah. I have Trick Williams. Obafemi.
Well. I do not have Obafemi.
Joe Hendry.
I have Joe Hendry.
Nick Nemeth.
I do not have Nick Nemeth.
And AJ Styles.
I do have AJ Styles.
With the TNA. He's not going to have the TNA music, but I wish he had the TNA music.
I thought you were going to say the TNA title. Just beat Joe Hendry for it.
He should have the TNA music, but I don't think he should do it. He should go do something with TNA and have the music and then bring it back with him. That's what I think he should do.
Either that or just bring back the old music. I don't care.
Yeah.
Instead of, you had Nick Nemeth and Oba. Instead of them, I think we're going to have more TNA. And I think Jeff Hardy is more likely.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it.
He's also a bigger name.
Yeah.
He's a bigger surprise. And I don't want this to happen, but I think since it's Indianapolis, very famous there.
Pat McAfee.
It's going to be Pat McAfee. He's a cult, everything. It just makes too much
sense. They did that last year, didn't they?
They did.
I think more people upset about that?
They were. But that's because he eliminated himself right away. If he actually participates in the match, I don't think they would be as mad. I wouldn't be. It's better than the other option I had, which was Speed, because I could totally see them putting him in the match, just throwing him in there, letting somebody throw his ass out. Could totally see that happening. But yeah, those are my surprise entrants. Who's your number 1 and 2 and number 30?
I did Penta and Ray because you mentioned it, and I was like, that.
I think that's going to be the Mania match.
Yeah,
which is why I originally had them and then changed it.
Yeah, I mean, I have Penta as my Iron Man too, just because I think it's a good spot for them to use to do that with him, because
it's a good way to get him more dominant without winning a title or winning something.
I think they want to ride that wave that they've been on with him since the debut. And a good way to do that is to have him go a long way here. You don't want to have him, your big debut you just had, he's going to be in the Royal Rumble for 5 entrants and then get tossed over.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I just see him going a long way. Who's your Iron Man?
My Iron Man. My number 1 and 2 are Seth and Sammy. I think they've been building that up a little bit. I think they're going to be along for the ride. I could
see that.
And I think around 20, KO is going to come in and throw out Sammy. And Seth is my Iron Man.
You think he's an entrant?
No, I think he's just going to come out and throw his ass over and then beat him up. threaten to package piles, and then Cody's gonna come out instead. I don't know about that last part, but he would come out and help if he were in that dire situation. But Seth is my Iron Man. I think he is now in my final four. I just changed it on the spot in my head.
This motherfucker.
So I actually, my final four, I'll just get to it now.
We have the same final four.
We do not actually. My new final four is Cena, Punk, Seth, and Drew. I think Roman will get eliminated before.
Oh, and then we get Cena Punk teaming up against Roman or Seth and Drew.
See, I say that, but my number 30 is Roman. Okay, screw all of that.
You got to change it. Cena at 30 then?
I feel like that's likely.
Punk, Drew, and Seth squaring off. Those are the final three, and then Cena's music hits at 30.
And he comes out
and
to
then
save
he comes
Punk.
out to save Punk. That would be tears in my eyes. That would be the best
I could totally see that
thing
happening.
ever.
And Cena wouldn't have to do much.
However, in that reality, there's no surprise 31 in that reality.
I was going to get to that later.
In that universe.
I was going to get to that after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm second guessing myself.
There's so many good things they could do. There's a million.
I'm fine with almost anybody being in the final four at this point. Out of like 15 different people, I would not care. I can do that. Fuck it. Cena, Punk, Roman, Seth. I'm just gonna go with the safe answer. I thought about Roman or Drew instead of Roman, but I feel like Drew might get thrown out by Punk earlier. I don't know. He might be final five. I think that's your final five, though, for sure.
I could see that.
For sure, unless the mysterious 31 comes out.
The mysterious 31 should come out.
It's not gonna happen though.
Shut up.
Sorry to tell you. Yeah. Who's eliminating the most amount of people?
I have Obafemi doing that.
Okay.
Just because I think it's a great way to show some people who've never seen him before what he's capable of.
I agree.
That's literally the only reason why. And I just feel like who's yours?
Mine's Jacob Fatu.
I could definitely see it being Jacob too. I just feel like a lot of the other people on the roster
I think
are proven in that regard. Like a Braun Breaker. I don't think that he needs to prove that he can do those things in the Royal Rumble because he's been doing them on TV every week all the time.
I agree.
You know,
Oba is who I would want it to be, but I think it's going to be Jacob. I think he's going to throw out like the Carmelos, the Andrade, Trick Williams. He's probably going to be in it.
Because especially now they've started building him. That's a way, just like with Penta, how you have him go a long way to keep that momentum going with him. If you want to build Jacob, which they've started doing, the perfect way to do it is have him go in the Royal Rumble and throw everybody's ass over the rope. So I think yours is more likely that happens than mine is.
Yeah, yours is a surprise entrant anyways, so not very likely.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
Oh, my number 30 is Roman. I already said that, didn't I?
Yeah. I have my number 30 as Punk, but I like what we were talking about
with Cena
better. With not necessarily it being Cena, but just it not necessarily having to be like the favor isn't number 30.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case.
Yeah. So
we both have Punk winning. I'm trying to think of how many Royal Rumbles there have been. Couldn't tell you. So
what are you gonna do if Punk wins but they don't turn him? How are you gonna feel?
I didn't think they were gonna turn him anyway, so I would feel exactly how I was gonna feel before. Completely
disappointed.
Disappointed. Not surprised. Content. Probably. The mysterious 31. Does it happen?
I think it should happen.
Do you think it should or will? That's the question I'm asking.
I think it will.
I think it will.
I'm torn. I'm completely torn.
I very much think he's not in the picture. I don't think The Rock is.
I think it's more likely that it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm torn on whether I really want it to happen.
You ain't torn. You do want it to happen, don't lie.
I do, but if you look at the pieces that are out there right now,
that could be. That's who throws over Roman for Paul. He gets The Rock to throw his ass over. The Rock. He's got it.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
That's how you get me everything I want. Because that's what I was saying. I was torn on whether I want them to turn Punk and Heyman or have that happen where it's The Rock that comes and costs Roman. Because you could still have Punk win, but you're not turning him in that instance.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that scenario where the favor is
somebody throwing him over,
somebody throwing Roman over, and you have that person be The Rock, now we're fucking cooking. Because now we're getting Punk winning the Rumble and turning with Paul, and you have The Rock and Roman at Mania. That's the perfect way to do it. But I don't think they're going to do that.
I could also see, I've already mentioned this to you, Final 3, Punk, Cena, Roman. The Rock's music hits, marches his ass out, acts like he's going to help Roman, and then throws his ass over. And then Cena and Punk probably throw The Rock over. I could totally see that.
That's what we were talking about, like way when we
2
were
days
first
ago,
speculating about this. Yeah. Which I'd be perfectly fine with that too.
I think that's more likely.
I do think it's more likely. But that doesn't answer the favor, though. That's the thing.
We might not even find out until...
There is no favor. It was just bullshit.
It's all a figment of our imagination.
I don't need favors.
There was never a favor in the first place. We were just imagining it. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Well, what else you got for the Men's Royal Rumble?
I don't know if I have anything else. I think we pretty much covered all the things that we wanted to talk about. Yeah.
Out of the most likely people to win the match, who would you want the least to win the match? So like
You're baiting me here. You're trying to bait me so that you can be mad at me for my answer.
Well, I know what your answer is, and I hate your answer, but I also just hate you, so,
I just, like I said, you're trying to bait me. Of all of the people that have come out and said, I'm going to win it, I'm going to win it, I'm going to win it, it would be Jay that I want to see the least.
Oh, is that what you were going to say anyway? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's not what I thought you were going to say.
What do you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say Seth, but I also wouldn't want Seth to win.
Well, yeah, I don't want Seth to win either. Or Jay. Or Drew.
I would be significantly... Okay, now we're pushing it. I
mean, again, this is like, I don't want him, like I don't like him in this story.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not saying it wouldn't be good. He's doing fantastic work. So it's not in that respect. But yeah.
What about the women's?
Who I want to win the least?
Yeah.
That's not even a question.
Out of the likely people, though.
Well, we don't know who the likely people are.
You can infer.
I don't want Bailey to win.
Okay. I guess that's
all I fucking care about.
Win, so it's a fair answer to have.
That's really all I care.
I think I might die if Bailey ends up winning and challenging Rhea. You might kill me. He's already gonna kill me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you probably will.
It's unfair. I don't accept Bailey slander anymore. I accepted it for a while there, but
She needs
No
to
longer.
start being interesting, and
No
then
longer.
maybe I'll change my tune. I'm the OG Bailey defender.
Yep. You are.
So
And you turned your back.
she turned her back on me.
No. You
She did.
stuck with her even when she was
The drizzling
still
shit.
bad. And now she's
Now she's bad again.
not as bad as she was once was when you still liked her, but now you hate her again. Or hate her
Maybe
the
that's
first
because
time was.
everyone else is so much better now.
That's fair, I suppose. There's a lot of good people in this.
In this business.
In the business, the roster is by far the best it's ever been. I don't care. I will stand on business for the rest of time that this is the best.
We just
roster
don't know.
we
in the
don't
Disney.
know. I'm just talking about a pure talent. What I see, it's a loaded roster. I don't think
It is a loaded roster, of course.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's by far the best roster in the business.
I'm glad
There is no competition in this business. There's not.
Whatever you say, man.
What do
Whatever
you
say.
mean?
Whatever you say.
The WWE
Whatever
is
we ain't
so
getting. We
far
gotta
and
stick to the
away.
Royal Rumble predictions.
So
man.
far and away, leagues and mountains above.
We got to get
every
back
other
on topic,
promotion
man.
in
I'm just saying.
the world.
We're gonna be rambling and rumbling for hours.
Yeah, I mean, I want The Rock. I don't know that it's gonna happen, but I would like it.
I would agree. I could totally see the final shot being The Rock and Roman staring at each other begrudgingly, angry, violent, ready to kill each other. But I also would love to see.
You get both.
You ain't getting both. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm
What do you
I'm
mean?
just so sorry. You ain't
They
getting
have
all
a
of
split
that.
screen shot. One of them is Punk and Heyman, and the other one is The
They
Rock.
could
and
do
Roman.
that. They could do that. Ain't gonna happen, but
And
they
then
could
executive producers Lee Fitting and Paul Levesque.
do it. Yep. Throwing Paul Heyman's name down there. Since he is the cause.
You could.
Any more predictions? Any of the
I don't
matches?
think so.
Anything you want to talk about?
No, I think we're
Damon
just sort
Giefer.
of. Let me stop.
What do you want to talk about?
I think we're sort of just riding it out through. Well, we have SmackDown tomorrow, and who knows what that.
I swear to everything that I love, if tomorrow comes around and everything gets fucked, and everybody
It probably will.
Yeah, probably. Honestly,
Everything we think we know now is going to be completely changed because Roman's probably got to make some sort of statement on SmackDown.
I don't think he will. He's like the Cena. He's not.
I don't know.
He made his one
They'll maybe do a little vignette.
at most. Yeah, that's all you get. He ain't showing up.
What if Solo comes in and wreaks havoc?
He gets the most eliminations.
That's
he
what I'm
eliminates
saying.
everybody.
Yeah, because he's pissed because he lost. He tries to swim back to the island.
I think
of
Bot 2 is going to
irrelevancy.
eliminate him. If
Probably.
he's even in the match. Solo might just straight up not be in the match. There's only so much room. And if our surprise entrance happen, that's 5 of them.
Yeah.
So, and there's already 15 people announced for the thing. So,
You know who's going to have the most eliminations? Damien.
he could.
It's going to be fucking Damien.
He could.
And you're going to have to listen to me bitching and moaning.
I've
and
listened to it
bitching
enough,
and
so I'm
moaning
used to it at
and
this
bitching
point.
and moaning about it. Oh, fuck. He's on SmackDown now.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
We got to wrap.
Yeah,
we got to
do.
cut.
Me too.
I don't think I have anything else to predict.
I don't think so.
It'll be exciting, though.
I don't think you do. Yep. I don't either. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be great.
This week went by very slow waiting for this shit.
Indeed.
What time
we're
is it?
almost there.
It's 6. It feels like it should be like 12. Time's dragging. It's going too slow.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all for this one.
That was the
folks.
rock. I tried.
That's the Royal Rumble Raucous podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.